Welcome with the preview for the Roundnet Meetjesland tournament that will be hosted tomorrow. It's going to be end of the year little Christmas tournament, and it's the third one of the Winter League. With me today we have Jorn Nijens from Roundnet Augsbergen, also my partner in No Fibers. Glad you can come and join us today. Are you okay?
Hey Frederik, yeah, I'm doing fine. Getting back from an ankle injury I got from the tournament in Leuven. And happy to be here, yeah. I think it will be a great tournament this weekend. And I'll be watching from home and seeing if our predictions will be correct.
Yeah, we're gonna have a quick look to the ranking. We saw some changings since the beginning of the season. We see Jonas taking the lead. At first it was Joscha, but with not playing in Belgium, he played in Prague. Jonas gained some points, as well as Peter with a victory in second place.
Correct, and we also saw Johan with the win in Ghent, going up to 4th, and we see ourselves drop to 7 and 8 because the injuries.
Yeah. We just closed the top 8, but I think we might drop out this weekend because I think the top 6 will be present at the tournament, so it's going to be a really interesting one. We're going quickly overview the format. We'll do the seeding right now. We have like a pro division with the top 16 teams, and they will be divided in 2 pots to form like the power pool with the top 8 teams. And then we have group C and D with 9 to 16, and then the rest will be in intermediate. Then they just played 2 single confrontations during the group phase, and then after, the top 8 of the intermediate will join the pro bracket and face seed 9 to 16, and the power pools they play against each other for the final seeding. And then we will have one big bracket with single elimination, like you know, to finally crown one winner at the end of the tournament. See the different pots. So we have the 16 best ranked teams according to the ranking. We'll quickly go to like pot 2. It's like 9 to 16. I think this one is really balanced. Like we saw Liège Lions taking the quarters twice at the previous tournaments, but now with a lot more teams in there. You have 2 mixed teams with Diego and Elisa again, and Jeroen and Lotte.
Yeah, I think it's a very balanced one, and it will be great to see which of the teams will get the best spots to join the program.
Oh, we have another mixed team, Malix and Daan Baas, the younger brother of Martijn, will be joining us as well now. And I think an interesting one to look out for me is Zijn Blijven Ja. It's Jacob and Zeno. I was pretty impressed by Zeno at the Nationals. I didn't saw him since then. But Jacob also did really well the previous tournament, so this one's going to be interesting.
It's also going to be a great duo because Jacob has the costing part of the game, plays very well defensively, and Zeno has the capacity to hit some great serves and put some pressure on. So I'm curious about how far they will go.
Okay, let's go to the top 8 then. On pot 1, on the left side, we have on first Hustling Brothers. They're still just above the company in points, but yeah, they're making their return. Levi from he's been away some time, but and Joscha also didn't play that much in Belgium, only nationals that he won of course, but now they're back together. This one's gonna be a scary one.
Yeah, I think everybody is happy and also scared that Levi is back and they keep playing the brothers together, so everybody knows what they do. And yeah, they will be probably the favorite of the day, as usual.
Yeah, of course. Like they got third at the Euros, so
yeah,
would be.
I think they are very much known, but I think it's very interesting to see the other teams. Black Company will be there, maybe taking some revenge from Ghent, from losing the final. But you can see also in the next teams, there are in every team there is a winner. Next 4 teams, I think with Black Company. With Peter, Tom Cook, with of course Jonas, or better known as Boki, who will be playing with the 3 Eskes. The riders of Florian, Johan, who won with Bram from his smash. So it's nice to see those big teams, and let's see if they can those matchups can bring something good.
indeed, all the four last winners of the two tournaments, they're all playing a mashup this time. It's going to be really interesting. And then at the bottom, to close the line, we still have Guns N' Roses, who are, I think, a little underperforming. So I hope they can finally play a bit better, really. And then at the end, we have international team consisting of Alex Shuska, the Latvian guy, and Loma, his girlfriend. And it's going to be pretty interesting. I saw him in Prague 2 weeks ago, I think, and he did really well in mixed. When he hit his serves, it was really good, so it will depend a bit. And then to end, we still have pushing through Yuri and Martijn. They did well at the first tournament together, so I think they might surprise people more and more now. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Will be a high-level group stage.
Okay, let's put them all in a randomator. Let's see what we get, who the teams will be. Okay, so we have our groups. This one is tough. Let's first have a look to C and D on that side. Let's take the top one, C. I think like Jurassic Park has the highest points and will be first in this group. So I think they will like make it happen in this one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we got Diego and Elise who could do a good job. Also Alex and Daan, the two mixed teams in this group. And then we also got Bram and Pepijn. I didn't know if they played together in a tournament yet, but they train of course together in Meetjesland. But I think Jurassic Mark will be the most balanced team and will get the win.
Yeah, they have the experience together. And then I think like Bram is like a little unknown factor when he hits his serve, but it's really not consistent. It's really hard and powerful, so he can get some points and maybe make some upsets, but I would still play them like at the bottom of this one. And then I think Diego and Elise will have it just on experience. Like Daan, he's pretty good. He's just like, he's really young, and he had some exams and also a wrist injury, so he's coming back, but will be his like first tournament without his brother, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he does. I think he will be good, but
yeah, I think so. But like Diego and Elise, they played, I think, a long time before these tournaments. I think they played them in nationals like 3 or 4 years ago, so they know each other very well. And I thought Elise was also pretty good playing against us in Leuven. It was with Jannes, but I think they can do a great job. I think they will take that.
I agree. Then in the other group, this one is a tough one. Like you have Chippy 10-10, it's Jeroen and Lotte, another mixed-up team from Ghent. Then we have the authentic Liège Lions who keep surprising us and going to quarters every tournament they go. So, and then you have Jacob and Zeno, we talked about it before, and of course Stijn, who got some experience last time in Powerpool and stuff. So he's playing the tournaments. So this one is like it's tough to guess. I would go for the guys from Liège, or maybe Jacob and Zeno. It's really.
Yeah, I think that will be the game which decides. I think they can all take points, let's say, from each other. They can maybe get a lot of 1-1s. So it will be. I think every point will count in that group, and I think also the guys from Liège could surprise us again. But it will be a very close one with Zeno and Jacob, or even Bram and Stijn, or maybe the mixed team surprise. I don't know. It will be very close.
Yeah, indeed. And then on the other side, this one, we can let's go to Powerpool B first. It might be a little bit easier. See a lot of teams from Ghent playing against each other. But yeah, you have us and Blas making a comeback. They may be a bit rusty, especially Levi, but I don't think it will be a problem. He will still hit his serve like really quickly. I think he will find them really quick again. He's maybe less consistent than normal, but it should be an easy victory to them, I think.
Yeah, I think also Levi, when he's comfortable and he's smiling, having fun, that's when sometimes he's most dangerous. So the serves will be, of course, for the rest also like a reminder of the level of perceive you have to get even a chance at playing. I think Hustling will take the group, but then it will be like a close one, I guess, against Popcook and the company. Maybe Burns and Roses can play like a role of taking each of those teams. But I think Tuur and Jonas have potential. They can play great games, but they can also play some games where they don't get to reach that potential.
And the other teams are so experienced, so I don't see them giving away a set by not being like a weak. They need to play good against Buns and Roses, but as long as they play their level and they are consistent on it, they should get the victory. And then I think for the second place in that group, it will be like the decider, the company of Popcook. I would give it to like Bucky, just like his drive and his mental force in the game can definitely surprise them. So
yeah, true. And Frey is also a very consistent player who does not make any mistakes or not as much.
Yeah,
so I think also they can take second spot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they defend together. Because Frey, he has a nice body block most of the time, and then with Bucky getting the balls, could be tough. Then for Power Pool A, this one, in my opinion, it can go any way in the top 3 places. I don't know what to expect of the mix-up teams. And then we have Yuri and Martijn also. It's a little mix-up, but they had already a tournament together. But then you have Johan and Bram, who played together last tournament and won and are separately. So yeah, this one is really tough.
Yeah, because it's right away. You have to be on top of your game straight away. I think new teams who have to get adapted to each other. I think who adapts better to his teammates will maybe take a little edge. Kjuan and Florian could be a great duo. Kjuan has his experience and defensive power. And Florian can use his lefty serves to real damage to some teams. But you can say the same about Bram and Malik. And everyone, I think, in Belgium knows also what Yuri can do sometimes. It will be a close games. And I think pushing through will get top of the group. They were really good in most tournaments.
I think so too, just because they can. You need to be focused from the start and playing well at the beginning of the tournament already, and they don't need to find out what works. They found it out last tournament, and I think that will give them the edge. Although I think the games will be pretty close, but and then it will be Mishmash versus the Raiders of Floran. It's also interesting to see how Malik will play. He's been off for some time, I think. He didn't play nationals because of injury, so it was already before people saw him at the tournament. I played him a little in Brussels, but not real games, so I'm not sure. I know he has some good serves, a quick lefty, a good righty cut, so he can definitely give some pressure. And then you have Bram, who's gonna have not much trouble receiving serves, I think. Although maybe Florian's lefty, but I think he can adapt really quickly with playing in Canada for some time. And I think people that didn't know him saw what he can do at last tournament. So I would give Bram and Malik the edge, just because I think he can adapt a bit faster. But I'm not sure about this.
I'm not sure. I think it will be a 1-1 group stage, and a close one. But I think also Bram has the experience and is very, very consistent. So I think they will get it.
It's gonna be an important one, this one, for your seat after. So let's move to the bracket a bit, and then here, depending what they will do after, if they play each other, the power pools, it will determine if you play hustling soon or late in the tournament. So it's a really important games in the group already. So here we see on top, of course, hustling. I don't think they will have trouble moving on. And then at the bottom we'll go seeded pies. We have pushing through. I think this one should also be not any trouble here. Then third we have Jonas and Frey. I don't think this will give some trouble either.
No, I think for the 4 seats will have a clean game to get through. Not much trouble. Then maybe there are some games who can let it close.
Yeah, I would say maybe 6, but you have the company and the Liège Lions. The guys, if they end up on this position, they surprised us last tournaments and they are getting better and better. But yeah, I think here like the level is a bit more stacked, a bit higher, so they don't have last time like 8 and 9 teams were pretty close together. Now it's a bit more of a different level. So I think like normally Peter and Lay will take it. Although I think this game can maybe go like maybe one set to extras or like close.
Yeah, I think it will be the case of being on a good level. Peter and Lay, if they drop off a little bit, it could get close and dangerous. So you have to be on top of your game. I think same accounts for Buns and Roses. Like if they became, I think spots from the group stage are very important in this case because you'll play the strongest team coming from 1916. So maybe Jurassic Mario can take them down.
Yeah, I think here Buns and Roses might have maybe the advantage of playing against the power pool teams like the really good servers and stuff, seeing Levy a bit. So I think they will come off with like a good level. They are ready for Jurassic Mario. And I would still give them like the advantage, although I could see maybe an upset here coming. And then the same at like place 7 and 10. This is Loma and Alex. This is tough. Like this one could be really interesting. Although I saw like Alex's serves, they are like really good European level, and I don't see a lot of people having serves like that in Belgium. And I don't know like who will face them if they saw those serve or not. He has like cut, reverse, sometimes lefty, so I would still give them the advantage, although they're even a mixed team, but we saw before mixed teams can go far, or even women's teams can go far, so I would say them still.
Yeah, sure. I think there won't be a lot of upsets in the round of 16. I think the higher seeds will go through 2 quarters, and then we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, we'll see. So for us, we put the top 8 through, like no upsets this time. But who knows? All the other tournaments there were, so let's hope we see something.
Let's hope so.
Okay, let's go to our quarters then. This one, like at first, I don't think we have any doubt about this one. I can put them through, Hustling Brothers. Like they won't struggle against these teams like their level. So I also like even if they don't hit the serves, they're still like the setting, the hitting, they are a bit better. So.
Yeah, I think that's the one that was the easiest corner to play.
And then here it comes the difficult part, like seed 4 and 5 against each other.
Yeah, in my opinion, this will be again. We talked about it. The group stage will be very, very close. Maybe like this time they have a little bit more time to adapt to each other. So we'll see which team adapts the best. But I still think Mismatch will take it. But it could go either way. I think if you got an overtime game, it could be this one who goes pretty long.
Yeah, I also see like I would say Johan and Bram will have like similar level. I'd guess maybe one can do something better than the other, but they are not like the craziest server and they all are like good receivers. So I think it will depend who Froyan or Malik who will play their game, like who has the best game at that moment. So yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I would say we can go for Mishmash. Just also they have fourth now, so we'll see if it will happen or not.
It will happen, yeah. Maybe Florian can do something with his lefty serves. We know he can go on a streak.
Yeah, indeed.
Let's see if he finds them.
It's also like it's only a lefty, but still like sometimes it gets so much more than you expected. But I think like Malik has righty and lefty, so a bit more dangerous. Then we have Turtles in 6, Pop Cooker against Akantoni. In my opinion, Jonas and Frey will take it.
I'm doubting a little bit. I think Boki and Frey got like the level on a very consistent level, let's say. Peter and Lay have the more floating level. Let's say they can peak and they can drop a little. I think if they peak and they find a real game, they can definitely cause an upset and take them. But they all have to have like a hell of a game. But I think the logical one will be Boki and Frey because they're so experienced, so balanced.
Also, tournament I saw them playing, or especially Jonas Boki, like he grows so much during the day, and like at quarter semis he's really at the highest point of his game, and he won't let them lose, I think.
Yeah, also because even when I think Peter and Lay can get like very good from serving wise, Boki is like the master in adapting serve receive, and maybe if they drop a set, they'll adapt and then get stronger, and you don't get any pressure on them. So I think that's the way they will win the game.
Yeah, but the company can prove us otherwise.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's put them through. Then we have pushing through against Too Stressed to Be Best. I think this one I will give it to pushing through, like Yuri and Martijn. Yuri saw serves of Alex, we played him, so he knows a bit how he serves. So I think like it should be like an easy victory normally. Like Yuri has the pressure that Alex gives, but then Martijn has a bit more, I would say, than Norma. Although she's also a lefty, if I remember correctly. But I didn't saw it.
She's a lefty, yeah, I think also if there is a moment where Yuri can serve against Norma, then he will do very much damage with that powerful righty, definitely against a left-handed player.
Indeed.
So they'll take the win.
And maybe now let's go to the top. We'll make it ourselves a little easier, I think, with this setup. Like we have our swing brothers against mismatch. Although I would see Bram receiving Levy after a little while, but you just have like the force points you already lose and you have a deficit. It's hard to come back from that, and they're just like the better team together as well. So.
Yeah, also Yosha has also the capacity to hit a lot of serves, based on some pressure, defense touches on maybe Malik. So I think they'll cruise again to the final.
Yeah, it's also like Levy didn't play for a long time, I imagine, but like Yosha, he still played. Like he was also in Prague. He got top 8 in men, or maybe even semis, I think. I'm not sure. And then he was second in the mix, so like he will get it. Although I know Malik, he went to the Copa America in Chile to play with Chill, and they got top 8 there, but I think it was still a different level than the one in Europe, so we'll let Hustling Brothers go through. Then we can move to the bottom. Here, this one, tough again.
This one is the most difficult one to predict. I think we saw like a very close game in Leuven between Pushing Through and Boki and Peter. It went into overtime, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I think third set, I'm not sure if it went in overtime.
I don't think so. I think third set not.
Yeah, but I think it was very clear to see like if Yuri can hit a lot of serve pressure, then Martijn has the opportunity to get those defensive touches, and then they really hurt Peter and Boki. But same you can say about Boki with his powerful backhand.
Yeah, this time. Also, I think last time also Martijn was struggling a bit with Peter's serves. So now he has Frey as a different server. I think he has a little less variety than Peter maybe in the serve, or less angle with his wide arms of Peter. So I think, and you saw Martijn like adapting. It was especially in the first set he had some trouble, but now during this day you will have seen so much serves. But it's really interesting because like all players are like, I would say 3 or 4 are like experienced, and they will play well, really well probably, and been in this situation before. But I would say maybe like Pushing Through, they also will be probably fresh after their quarters. So I would maybe give them the advantage, just like they have a bit more energy, maybe even more willing. I don't know how much Frey played lately either.
I have no idea, but it's a good thing you said. Like it could be like a really hard quarterfinal for whoever wins the company of Popcook. And Pushing Through will, if they play very well, they can get a little bit more time to rest. But it will be very close. But I think, indeed, like you said, I think Frey is a more righty server, so he has lefty, but he doesn't like really through, we'll push through on the last moment.
Okay, so we have our final. Then we have Hustling Brothers and Pushing Through. Hustling Brothers are like the favorites of the tournament, so I don't think there is like much doubt about them winning. But yeah, reaching the final would be pretty nice for any team. I think you just want to avoid them, face them in final.
Try to get them in the final and play as the best you can do and make it as difficult as possible. But I think, for Martijn, if he can get to the final, it will be a great lesson in trying to receive Joshua and Levi.
Also, if they win their group, they already played them. But I imagine also, like, Levi at the start, he will still be searching a little bit on the serves, but at the end of the tournament, he will have found them back, I'm pretty sure about, so he might be even more scary. And then compared with Joshua's defense, like, he also has seen like all the hits and stuff, like from Yuri and Martijn. I think it will be hard to pass him as well.
Yeah, I think I'm just curious about how much times Levi can drop Yuri. That will be an interesting one. Not to drop Yuri, so it will be definitely a fun game if it happens.
We can watch everything on the stream as well this weekend. We'll give Hustling also the victory here. We'll normally stream from quarters on. And that was it, I think. I want to thank you for joining us.
It was a pleasure to be here, and I'll be watching tomorrow and commenting on the game. So if everybody wants to join, happy to be there.
And we'll see all the teams that come. It's a really stacked tournament. It's going to be like a lot of points for the ranking. I think 300 more than the previous tournament. So I think there will be some changes in the ranking afterwards as well. So I just want to thank everybody for watching, and then hopefully see you tomorrow on the stream or at the tournament. Bye.